What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We got 6 in here so far. Hopefully, I'm going to have a guest join me here shortly. Let me know if the audio is okay. I know the audio was really low on the Pac-Man because I didn't turn the mic over there. Just figured I'd kill time playing a quick game where hopefully waited for some people to show up. I figured today we could talk a little bit about the GoPro 9 and maybe a little bit about the GoPro Max. If you guys have any questions about either camera, make sure you're letting me know in those comments. I figured also that with this weekend having SpinDown occurring, which is some people are showing up today. So I've already directed a couple of those people to some places that they could go hike and check out some really beautiful areas. And then tomorrow we're going to be hopefully going live, at least on a Ready Set Drone channel. We're going to try to figure out how to do both channels. So hopefully I'll be able to go live tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on my channel. And if it's not live on my channel, then go over to Ready Set Drone and we'll be on his channel. Let's see. Yeah, usually I play Pac-Man much longer, but I didn't want to leave everybody sitting in here for like 10 or 20 minutes as I play one game. So I just sort of goofed off a little bit. Let's see. We got a question already. Mr. Red, excellent question. Do I still have my Mavic Air? And I think you're talking about my Mavic Air 1. And I do. It's actually right up there. You can't barely see it. It's dark, but it's right up there. Yeah, there we go. It's right up there. So I do have the Mavic Air 1. I haven't used it in a little while. The few things that it can do that the Mavic Air 2 can't do, turns out that I'm actually not doing those things as often as I thought I was. Or at least now that the Skydio 2 is out, I'm not. So, all right, sounds like the audio sounds good. We got 7 guys in here. Let's say hello to everybody. Let me start at the beginning. We got Tommy in here. He is a local up here, incredible snowboard guy that I know up here who also does YouTube. So if you are trying to get better at snowboarding, his channel could help you with that. Sunrise Water Media, one of the winners from the Ready, Set, Drone contest for the songs. Absolutely awesome version of the song. Sounds a lot like They Might Be Giants. Rick is in the chat. Zach, Mr. Red, and it looks like Thomas and AZ Drone are all here right now. So that's great. Hello and welcome for you guys coming in, jumping in with us. It's going to be somewhat of a short show because I do have to get to work here shortly. I just figured I'd jump in here. I have a video that's going to go live tomorrow for all those drone followers of mine, which is a Mavic Air 2, sort of a secret trick or an obvious secret trick, which means that it is something that is right in front of your face, and a lot of people don't realize it's there. But it's a great way to fly, and actually I could probably share a clip from that. And Ko says, what is this live streaming you speak of? I don't know. You know, it's something that I think everyone and their mom does now on YouTube, which is, I think, is a great way to build the community and help us all get to know each other a little bit better. So I do like the live streaming. But on a show like this where I don't have a guest actually with me, it's a great time for you guys to ask questions in the chat and us talk about things. You know, particularly the GoPro 9. Is that out of focus? What is going on here? Manual focus for the win or the lose. There we go. I think that's a little better. But you might have seen I just did a video about these 2 cameras, and most people got what I was trying to capture with that. Some people, when I shared it onto a GoPro page, all were like, oh, the 9's way better than the Max. The Max is crap compared to the 9, which really isn't true. These are just, I like to, fanboys, even though it's fanboy of the same brand, they're still sort of fanboys. And it is a step above the 8. It is definitely a step above the 7. I'm talking about the 9 now. And in some ways, it's a step above this. However, stabilization, the Max is still better than the 9, because to get max view and use horizon lock, you have to buy a $99 lens attachment to go on top of this. This one, you don't. There's pros and cons on each of these. So, Thomas, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It should be a good weekend, Saturday. Tommy, if you don't know, we are hosting a drone YouTube meetup, $30 a ticket. We might have a couple of tickets left. They've sold out, but a few people have had to cancel. So if anybody's still wanting to go, there are still a couple of tickets for that. But look at that. It's my buddy Henrik from Tech Drone Media that has just joined us. And Tommy says he just got a 9. His came in on Monday. And it's, the size, everyone was like, oh, it's so much bigger. But the size for the stuff we do, the size and the weight isn't that big of a deal. Now, for FPV drone guys, well, that might be a little different. Whoa, excuse me, guys. Woo. Whoa, caught the Rona, I guess. Anyways, for FPV stuff, weight and size matters. Weight mostly more than size. But for action sports guys, this kind of doesn't really matter so much. Let me tell you real quick before we get too far into this. One of the reasons that this is now my favorite camera is not because it can't do 4K or 5K, or because it does 360. It's because of the hero mode in it. And the stabilization that this thing has is just through the roof. And the fact that if I'm out doing something like, let's say, snowboarding or even vlogging, I can switch to linear mode. I can jump into max view wide mode, which is actually still wider than this with the attachment on it. So to get that wide view with this, with horizon lock, you have to have that attachment. You can do the horizon lock in linear mode. And if you don't know what linear mode is, it's when the camera zooms in like crazy. And that is how they're achieving the horizon lock on this. And see if we can turn this on and show you. No Rona jokes before SpinDown. All right. Sorry, both dogs in the room. I got dog fur in my nose. I sneezed. So this is horizon lock. So let's see if I can get this to work here. Make this focused for you. There we go. That's focused enough, right? All right. So you notice that when I turn it, see the picture on it isn't moving, right? See that? So that's horizon lock. So if I turn horizon lock off, watch what it does now. See the camera, and you can see everything moving in there. And I'll do it one more time with the horizon lock on, and hopefully this works and you'll be able to tell this way. But notice everything stays sort of locked in there. See that? So that's the big difference. And focus again. Boom. All right. How do I feel about the new front screen? I don't think I'll use it very much. Not for action stuff, Tommy. He's talking about the front screen here. The Osmo Action also has a front screen. And the times that I use it are when I'm vlogging. When I'm out like doing anything action, skateboard, snowboard, anything like that, and I want to capture a shot, that really doesn't matter because I want to pay attention to what I'm doing. I don't want to be snowboarding down the mountain, looking at my front screen and then biffing it because I'm too busy worrying if I'm in the shot. I put it on the widest view it's got, and you stick it about where it should be. And you can tell. I mean, you get used to where these things are, and you can tell if you're in the shot or not. So the front screen is great. Let's say I'm going to Disneyland, right? Or this weekend, I'm going to be vlogging at the SpinDown event. This is between this and the Osmo Action. Those would probably be the cameras I use for that. And I will be using the front screen for vlogging purposes, setting up the camera, making sure all of us are in the shot, that kind of stuff. But for action, I said this when the Osmo Action came out. It's sort of pointless for action stuff. Every now and then it's okay for setting up the shot in action. If you're like putting the camera down and trying to make sure you're going to be in it, or maybe you're looking at something and you just need to set it up. It comes in handy occasionally. It's not completely useless. All right, let's see. What do we got? And that is why I got the Max 2. The Max, that max view on this thing is incredible. It's unlike having a front screen. See, it only has one screen, but it has two lenses. You see that? One on each side. So with this, you can tap a button on the screen and it activates this lens or this lens. And I'm not talking about the 360. We'll talk about 360 in a minute. This is hero mode. A lot of people don't realize you can use this camera in hero mode, which makes it work more like this, which means the files come out as MP4s that you can directly use right on your computer and edit. You don't have to reframe it like you do when you use 360 mode. You have to reframe it. So with each lens, you can tap on the screen and select which lens is on, right? So if I need to use this as a screen to see myself, I turn this lens on. If I'm looking to use this screen and get stuff on this side, I will turn this side's lens on. And it's the same exact thing, except you don't need two lenses because it has two cameras. So that's a huge benefit of this. Now, the downside is it's 1080 in hero mode. That's the 1080-60. That's the best you get. And for most of us on YouTube, that's plenty. A lot of people will tell you otherwise, but with compression and as well as all the people who view your videos on a phone, which is probably give or take anywhere from 60 to 80% of your viewers are viewing on a phone, this still 1080 will satisfy most people. Satisfies me because I save all my footage and I already have like 4 hard drives full of footage. And if it was 4K, I'd have to have like 10 hard drives full of footage, and that would suck. Let's see if I can get these lenses off, and I'll show you guys what I was talking about on this. So All right, now I do use these things pretty heavily, and that means I've scratched these lenses, and that is a downside. They do make some lens covers, but they sort of distort because they're plastic, and I don't like that look. So I just use it like I stole it, right? Which means I don't care. If it scratches, I'll end up either paying to get it fixed or buy another one, which the scratches that are on it now are so minor that it's not a big deal. So right there, you can see, let me focus this again for you. All right, so horizon lock is on. This is the max. Same thing when I turn it, but look how much more of the screen you see there. Like that's in max view. You can see so much more stuff, right? Remember what it looked like in the GoPro just a second ago, the 9, how much closer? But see how that's together and it's staying? The only thing you see moving is my hand, right? See if I can figure out. Yeah, there you go. So it looks like everything's moving, but it's not. If you look at just the box of the camera, the screen, you see how everything's staying in it. Again, if I turn that off, watch it now. Like things, well, it's hard to tell, man, but it's off. Things are moving along funky. Oh, no, I didn't move it off yet. Sorry. This should do it. Explain why that didn't look right to me either. And that's, yeah, see, notice the camera, see how I'm still there horizontal and I'm not moving with the camera. You see that? So that's horizon lock. I'll turn it back on so you can see the difference. And here we go. Now watch when I turn it. See, I don't slide down to the bottom corner. Now, with the Max, let's say you're filming this side, right? So pretend you're holding the camera and you see me in the viewfinder. And now you want to film yourself. This little button right here, the little thing on the screen, just tap it. And now you're filming yourself. See the camera? Yeah, you're filming yourself now. Oh, you got to switch it. You want to film the other way? Just switch the thing. Now, the downside is you do have to stop recording, switch it, and then start again. I would like to see that updated in a firmware update where you could just tap it while it was recording and switch it to the other camera. It's definitely possible because the Osmo Action used to make you stop and do that as well. And now they don't through a firmware update. All right. Let me show you guys. We got a couple of people in here. This is a small group, but that's all right. I want to show you guys this video. I'm not going to show you the whole video. I'm just going to show you the end, a little teaser at the end. This is going to be live tomorrow. This is a Mavic video. I know we're jumping away from the GoPro 9 here for just a second, but let me find this and share it. Just the end of it. Here we go. All right. Pause that. Get to the end. You guys, how's everybody doing anyways? Everybody having a good day? Like ready for your weekends? All right, let me share this. And I forgot to turn on the audio or focus my camera, so I'll do that in just a second too. And before we start, I'm going to make it full screen so you guys can see it better. And just this is the Mavic Air 2, I'm sorry.
Remember to subscribe and click the bell icon.
This is the end of the
Until
video.
next time, I'll see you later.
This is where SpinDown is going to be. Pretty gorgeous, huh? But that, like, look how, like, everything is just focused in with that boat. And that's what I'm teaching you how to do, to lock something in like that and really be able to just keep it focused. And the nice thing is it's a super easy trick, right? It's super easy to do. It looks like, if you don't know how to use this setting, then it is a little hard. I should be in focus again by now, guys, but thank you for letting me know I was out of focus. You guys want to make sure you can see my pretty face, I guess. But, yeah. All right, let's see. You know what? My buddy Henrik I sent him a link. I haven't seen him pop in here. I see he's in the chat, but if you want to jump in for a little bit, Henrik, love to have you. I can't stay real long, so we could chat for a little bit and call it a day after that. I know Henrik is a big user of the GoPro Max, so I think he'd be a good person to jump on here with me to talk about the Max and 9, and if he's bought a 9 yet, as well as, not being able to make it to SpinDown with us this year, or what's going on for SpinDown, since he's also a huge drone channel. So hopefully he'll join us. If you guys have any other questions about some of these cameras, please let me know. We're keeping this sort of mellow today. It's going to be a short live stream. Those of you watching this in a replay, thanks for coming out and joining us. Hopefully you learned something between these cameras. As much as I can show you live, it is limited on how you can sort of share things live. Robert asked, how do I like the Mavic Air 2 with the smart controller? Well, Robert, I don't use the smart controller, so that update made no difference to me. You did not get the link. I sent it to your Facebook. Let me send it to you again here. Messenger. All right, guys, hold on just a second. That's the only problem with doing live shows, right? Is if you're doing something else behind the scenes without a guest, then it becomes sort of hard to keep talking and do everything. So there you go. I sent it again. Hopefully he pops in here in a second. Sounds like he's going to accept the invite and join us. I'm going to buy some non-reflective glasses, I think, and I'm going to keep doing these live streams. I think that might be a important thing, because I'm looking at your chats, right? So I want to be able to keep looking at the chats. Depending on which way I look, I'll get more or less reflection. And here we go. Here's the man, the myth, the legend, Henrik Olsen, everyone. Yay!
Yay!
What's up, Henrik? How are you doing?
Good. Let's just need to disable some audio here. Some double stuff going
I probably
on
should throw in headphones myself. So let me do that while you're, so I don't get that doubled, that dreaded double audio echo that everybody hates to hear. We know, I know one guy who gets that a lot, or used to.
Right. But you're right. I'm using the Max a lot. I have it here, actually. But opposite you, I do use these plastic caps on top of it. But it shows on the footage, no doubt about that.
What shows on the footage? I was putting in my headphones. I missed you.
When you putting on these plastic caps.
Oh yes, definitely.
You can see it, especially if it's a little bit misty. You can see these droplets on the dome.
Yeah. See, I've never used them. I've never put them on once because I knew that it could mess with the footage, and it's hard for me to show. But there are some tiny little scratches on both sides, at both sides of them. It's very rare that they actually show in the footage whenever I'm recording. So you know what I wish though? I wish that this right here was like you could unscrew it, right? And just pop in a new glass lens cover right there. That would be awesome.
They could sell these lenses for a pretty steep price.
Oh, I would pay for just one of them. I'd probably pay, I'd pay $30. I would pay $30 for just one, easy.
Which, what do they charge when you send them in? Is it like $100 a lens or something?
Is it? I haven't checked. It's something I definitely need to look at. Let's see. We got Tommy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. He likes the new setup that I've got going on in the background, I guess.
Yeah, but that's it. It looks better.
Yeah. And I find that my audio, I think it's been my internet connection that's been messing up my audio, because I've been doing these live streams at home, and you've seen a few where my voice is like lagged behind or vice versa. Yeah. I think the video actually is lagged behind my voice. I think it's because like the family gets on Netflix and starts watching a bunch of TV, and my internet connection drops, so my video signal takes longer to go up to outer space and back than the audio signal does.
When you joined my live stream last time when I did this test live stream, you were pixelated all the time, almost until the end. The last 30 seconds, you were sharp.
Yeah, they probably turned the internet off and went to bed or something. Yeah. So I'm going to upgrade the internet here at the house so that I can help, because you can't get a better upstream unless you get a better downstream. So they don't even announce what your upstream is. So I have to call them and try to figure out which package to get to be able to get a better package to get a better upstream.
So yeah.
So right or obvious is you can see the reflection, and that is exactly why I think I'm going to invest, because I could take these off and I can still sort of read your chats, but if you don't tag me in like the thing with the @ it's not as easy for me to jump out at you. You know, old age is getting to my eyes, which sort of sucks. But everything like more than the computer screen away, like if I was reading everything like over here, actually I should probably just move. I think I just figured out a solution because I have 2 monitors and this other monitor is further away from me and I can read everything on that one. But this one's just close enough that I can't. Damn, it sucks getting older.
It does. It does. But you know, the alternative is worse.
Yes, that is true. That is true. We'll take it while we can, right?
Yes.
Brad says he's asked a lot of questions, and that's fine. Brad, ask as many questions. If you have more questions, ask away, man. That's the whole point of these live streams. So if you got some, and you don't have to wait to ask them. Just ask away.
Yes.
Old fart with a GoPro. Oh, that's great. I love that name. Are there many issues with the Air 2? And no, I'd say my Air 2 has worked pretty flawlessly since I've got it. It's a pretty great drone, especially for the price. I haven't even been using my Zoom anymore, and that's my favorite drone.
Did you see they added support for the smart controller? I
did, yep. I don't use the smart controller, so that's not a huge deal for me. I mean, a lot of people who do are probably jumping up and down, and they're loving that. We knew it was all coming. It was just, I think they have these things ready a lot earlier than what we know they do, and they hang on to them and they spread them out to make the life of the drone seem new again, right? Because if all this came out, we'd be like, oh my God, it does all this, it does all this, it does all this. And then in 3 months, our attention span's like, oh, what's next? But by doing it like this, we would get something new every few months, and it would be the same product, but it still feels new.
But that's actually a good thing with DJI, is that they keep maintaining the product and adding functionality, even though maybe they had it from the beginning.
Yeah.
So.
Brad Alston says he loves your channel, Henry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's nice to see some known faces here in your chat. It's like we talked about on my live stream. It's a lot of the same people that are sort of floating around between the channels. That's kind of nice to see familiar faces.
Yeah, I actually like that the same guys jump on all the drone channels. Like Agent K is a great example. I think Sunrise Water Media does quite a few channels, and I'll see them on the live shows. And I've been seeing them jump over on my buddy's Jonathan Snowboard channel too, and I think that's just dope. Yeah. So to see everybody following from channel to channel when we make videos together and they get introduced into a new channel that they go and support that channel too, I think that's really cool. Eagle Eye Ariel says, although he won't be there, he's impressed with Dylan. The next time I'm around the area, I'm going to fly that lake. It's a beautiful lake. If some of you in the chat might know Rosie, who's come to, I think, Spin Up 1 and 2. He's actually arriving early today, and I've sent him the coordinates to go to Cataract Lake, which is smaller than Lake Dillon, but it's even prettier. So he's got to drive a little out of the way. Hopefully he has the nerve to go down this cliche dirt road to try to find it. But if he does, he'll have a picture postcard like lake that he walks up to. You just split between these trees and you just come up to this lake, and there's like a 700-foot waterfall off in the distance. It's beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Tommy asked, what are my thoughts on the media mod? Well, I don't like, for especially the stuff that we do, Tommy, I think it's a waste of money, to be honest. But the audio in this thing is really, it's got a hot mic in it. I don't think the wind auto setting on this is as good as this, but when the wind auto setting works really well on this, it also makes your audio lower. So then you have to re-bump it up in post, where this one, you'll still get a little wind noise, but your vocals are still pretty loud. I don't know if you caught the last video I just did at the side-by-side with these, Tommy, but there's great examples of that in that video. Bummer. My video's like, Gina must be on Netflix right now. She's watching some TV.
That was actually a question for me. If it's I think, where was it? It's Robert that asked about if it's more difficult to ride the unicycle than it is the hoverboard.
There we go. I'll put it up on the screen. The hoverboard. Oh, the hoverboard is the 2 feet standing in front of you.
Next to it.
I'm not a fan of those. But you know how I feel about the unicycle. I like the skateboards, but you're going to get me on one of these days.
Yes, I will. And you will never turn back.
No, I don't believe you.
Oh, there's no doubt it's way more difficult to learn the unicycle than it is the hoverboard. It's not impossible because I learned it. My balance is like a sack of potatoes. So if I can if I can do it, anyone can do it. And we have people in the group. They are the oldest one. He's 76 or something.
Really?
He's riding a unicycle and using it for commuting every day. So it's worth the investment once you sort of get into this, because they are really powerful. Some of them, the ones that are coming out now, is really insane.
Yeah.
Also in terms of speed.
I will give you, I am jealous of your distance. Okay. The distance you can go is incredible. Like, because I can get, depending on my wheels, it all depends on my wheels on how far I can go. If I do all-terrain type wheels with pneumatic air tires, I go maybe 15 to 18 miles tops. If I throw on some harder urethane wheels, then I can get somewhere between probably 25 to 30 miles. So, but that's top. That's like pushing it. There are some other skateboards out there.
What can I go? 80 miles, I think.
There are some other skateboards out there that are huge, with huge enclosures for batteries, and they can go pretty damn far. But I mean, again, they're huge, and they're also $5,000 or something like that.
But I'm still holding a little bit back. I want to upgrade for the latest one, the one with suspension. That's sort of my dream wheel right now. But I think I will wait a generation or two, because now it's getting cold, so this doesn't make much sense. I know if you're a hardcore unicycle rider, you ride all year long. But I don't know if I ever showed you this Finnish guy that does these insane. He's riding around on ice with ice picks on the unicycle.
No, you haven't. You'll have to send me a link to one of those sometime. Because I was trying to figure out how I could ride my skateboard in the winter, because that would be awesome. I've actually got about 4 or 5 videos that are already filmed for these new skateboards, and I just have not had time to edit them. And the nice thing with these videos, for those of you who are like, I don't want to see Sean's skateboard videos, I use this camera in 360 mode and regular mode, and I use the Skydio 2 in those videos. So you will get to see how I actually take these tools and what I make out of them. Not like a how-to, but what the end result really is. And then on other videos, I'll show you the how-tos on what I did to actually do that. So if that's something that interests you, watch the skateboard videos, because there's cool shots.
Max plus Skydio 2, that's a perfect combo.
Yeah, it is.
For electric wheels and stuff like that, activities like that.
Yeah, it's great. If the only complaint about the Skydio is the damn remote just doesn't have a far enough signal. I have my Skydio's been sitting on the shelf. I haven't had time because of all the spin up stuff and everything else and going on. And I had that surgery, so I haven't had time to do the video comparing the Skydio 2 and the Skydio 2. But I plan to do it. And when I sell it or to get rid of it, you will get first dibs, Henrik. I promise. I promise.
2021.
Well, you know what? Even if you were able to order one, you'd still get mine before then. That's how backed up those guys are. Let me answer. Old Fart with the GoPro says, lots of poor reviews on the Amazon in the UK, and I assume he's talking about the Mavic Air 2, which is mind-blowing to me, because it really is, for the price, the best drone DJI offers. I forget what it is without the Fly More combo, but I think with the Fly More combo, it's like $999 or $900, something like that. And with the new additions that they've added to it, when they threw Zoom into it, that really blew my mind. I'm actually using Zoom in the video I'm releasing tomorrow. Did you catch the sailboat video I just showed, Henrik?
No.
So that's the video for tomorrow, and I'm doing a little zooming on that. But it's a little secret feature. I don't want to tell everybody today, but it's a secret feature. And not only the Skydio, I'm mixing up all my drones. Not only can you do it with the Mavic Air 2, but you can do it with probably the Mavic Air 1. Anything with active track on it, you can do this with.
Okay.
So let's go through the.
It's on my watch list.
It's a pretty video. It's a gorgeous. It's not like a crazy edited video, but it's pretty because it's just where it's at. Let's see.
I was busy. I was busy releasing the one I told you about with the GoPro and the new audio setup, where I strapped everything to my helmet to make a better audio setup when I'm out riding.
Nice. Yeah, I actually need to buy a helmet. I find I'm on the skateboard forum, Henrik, and all these people are talking about their electric skateboards and how they're crashing and they're doing this and that. And it turns out there's a lot of people that just jump in and buy an electric skateboard that have never snowboarded, never skateboarded, and they're jumping on this and they're going 30 miles per hour or 20 something miles per hour, eating crap, and then they blame it on the board. And it's actually, they just don't know what they're doing. So
there's been some really, really nasty accidents with the unicycles as well.
Yeah. You know which one scares the hell out of me is the one wheel, people doing that nosedive.
Yeah, the one wheel, that's a death machine. I will never ride one of those.
You know, I've messed around with it at slow speeds, and you're fine if you're slow speeds. The problem is that they have the software built in them when they go too fast. Like if you hit top speed, it still can't seem to level, and then your nose will just dive, and then of course it throws you off like Superman.
Yeah, but that also happens with the unicycle actually.
Well,
I've tried that with, what was it, 25, 30 miles per hour? Because I was pushing it when it had low battery. So it simply just cuts and then you're flying.
Oh, that's no good. And there's like, I haven't met anyone that this happened to, but with the electric skateboards, sort of the same thing. I've heard of them just seizing on you and you're going 20 to 5 miles per hour and the brakes just basically lock up.
And you can't outrun it. At that speed, you can't run it.
You're in trouble at that speed. If you're going 10 to 15 miles per hour, believe it or not, at 15 miles per hour, you can actually outrun those. You can jump off and you can usually save yourself. When you're hitting 20 plus, we're just not meant to run that fast,
You need to roll.
Yeah, right. And that's a problem. A lot of people don't know how to roll. When you wreck on a snowboarder. I mean, that's one of the fun things on a snowboard is that you're strapped to your bindings. So if you know how to wreck, you can roll and you just pop right back up and keep going. It's pretty fun.
Yes, we might have an advantage there.
Yeah, right. I'm a little envious of Ray Hollins right now. You see that he's chilling in a bar with a beer and waffles sound amazing right now. Oh, excellent. Shouldn't work. The audio and the videos are coming off good. That's good to hear. I've been messing with this. I think we're going to have better luck once I get it to have a better internet connection, but it's nice to hear that the picture's looking good. This new setup has really grown on me. I know I really like the brick wall and the picture I had painted, Henrik, but it's just so black. It's like my soul.
It's much better. Not that the artwork wasn't fantastic, but it's sort of the way that there's more focus on you and less on the room. It's much better. Much better separation.
And, I guess since I'm not trying to sell myself is to come to your house and paint artwork, I'm
still working on getting this one tuned in. I think it's a little bit too wide now. So this is the GoPro Hero 7 that I'm using with a capture card.
Okay, so have you tried it on linear, or can you not adjust those?
Yeah, I can. I think it's in wide now. I don't know.
Yeah,
if try it on linear.
See if it switches while you can use it.
See if I can switch it while I use it.
Yeah, Tommy, you saw the video where I'm going down the dirt road. Yeah, that was over by what's that trail? Ptarmigan? No, not Ptarmigan. I can't remember. By the water tower, Tommy. It's over there in Dillon by the water tower, that trail over there. I forget the name of it. But
kicked out.
I only have the one off-road board right now. And Tommy, I'm actually hoping to get another board next summer, maybe. Depends on how well the shop does this winter. But there's a board I want to get that actually has independent suspension and four-wheel drive for up here in the mountains. I think would be killer.
You know what? It is actually linear right now.
Can you go to narrow? I don't remember if 7 has narrow as an option.
No, it doesn't. No, it goes to super view. Boom. Oh.
Yeah,
that's the whole house.
That looks really clear on my end, though, right?
That actually looks better.
Go to wide. Yeah, let's see the difference between wide and narrow and linear. I'm surprised they haven't updated the 7 to have.
This is wide.
Okay.
Then we're trying to linear. Boom. Then we're back.
That's pretty good. Is that how you had it a minute ago? Yeah. It looks so much closer now after you did the super view. I'm like, damn, that's pretty close.
Boom. Nah. Okay, we keep it linear. So maybe I just need to move it closer to me, the camera. But I will keep tuning this.
I thought I had it so our names showed. Oh, okay. So we can change some of this. Yeah. Do you guys like it like big like this with a bubble? I like it like minimal like this. Like the writing when I share everybody's
And now I'm
text.
messing with the sharpness. Let's see if I go low sharpness, what happens then? Ooh.
All right, let me get back to the comments. While you're messing with that, I'm going to answer some of these comments, Henrik. Hal says he recently upgraded his home Wi-Fi with Xfinity 200 download speeds, 5 upload speed to 600 download speed with 18 upload. 18 upload would be killer. That would be great. How much did they charge you for that update, Hal? I would like to know because I think that's sounds like I don't give a crap about the download. I'm totally fine with download being 60 even. It's that upload, man. I wish I could just pay a little extra for the upload.
This is the old white balance. I just joined The Simpsons.
Yeah, you are all orange looking, orangey yellow. Sunrise, yes, I've ridden the one wheel, and it didn't take very long. Your white balance still looks a little funny. Now you look pink.
Now?
Yeah, you look a little pink now, or at least on my screen.
It's 4500.
At least like you got sunburned. Maybe you got sunburned.
No. Is that better?
It's a little less pink now. It's a little more pale, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you need a little more yellowy to it. Not as much as The Simpsons, though.
That was too much.
Like Ray says, a sack of potatoes on a wheel equals a T-shirt. There you go, Henrik. There's a T-shirt idea for you. One of your unicycles with a sack of potatoes on it. Why does everybody want me to get a unicycle? I like the skateboards. I like standing sideways. Here's the problem. I like this angle. I don't like this angle. When I'm riding, this feels comfortable and right. This feels awkward and weird to me. So that's why I don't. I'll try it, but I don't see myself getting one anytime soon.
But you're gonna lose the remote.
Yeah, but I don't mind the remote. I don't mind the remote. All right. So how Kevin doing? Are you only talking about the Hero 9? I've had the Max. No, we're talking about both. We got the Max right here. We got the Hero 9 right here, and the Insta360 behind me. The Insta360 1X and 1R behind me. The GoPro 7. You talk about whatever you want to talk about, and we'll do our best to talk about it with you if we know anything about it. These are just. This one's new, so obviously we want to talk about that. And this is my favorite, so we want to talk about that. Let's see. Robert says, Tech Drone Media. Thanks. It's to buy one for my daughter, as I was impressed with the distance you can do with an awesome video, by the way. Oh, Robert's going to buy one of the wheels after watching your video. That's awesome.
Which one is it again?
I don't see the name of it in this post. So, Robert, when you hear us, let us know in the chat below which wheel you're picking up for your daughter. But yeah, the distance he got was incredible, wasn't it? I watched that video. I like watching his wheel videos because I get to see more of Denmark, which makes me happy.
I'm glad you like it because my audience doesn't.
Well, do it for yourself and do it for me, and I'll watch it.
There's a few that likes it, but it's not getting particularly many views, and it gets a lot of dislikes.
Yeah. Whatever. So, thumbs down twice, right?
Yeah, exactly. But okay, but that's okay. I'm just mixing the content a little bit. I was drones and unicycles originally, so it can't be a surprise that I'm doing a little bit of.
And you have to do what keeps you sane, Henrik. If all you do is just focus content and you just narrow down the niche, which is great for growth, but it also is great to make you lose your mind and not want to do YouTube anymore.
That trip, that was fantastic. That was that was medicine for the soul, no doubt about that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I was so happy to see you out and getting out and about. I'm sure it was good for you.
Good. Hanging out with the original guys. Those were actually the guys that I met originally when back in 2014, when we bought off cheap wheels from AliExpress or Alibaba. Those were such crappy wheels. You can't imagine how bad they were. But
so have you tried any of the electric skateboards?
I have been on the brink for doing it, but I don't like the remote, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't feel I have control. So, but yeah, I might give it a go at some point.
Well, if you ever come out here, I'll let you try mine.
Wrapped in in foam or something.
Yeah, we'll put bubble wrap all over you, right?
To be honest, it doesn't come easy to me. All this balance and stuff have never become I've never skateboarded or doing like skiing or anything like that. So it was a big step for me actually to do this. So every time I have to try something new, I will not say I'm scared of it, but I know that I have a learning curve and it will take some time for me to adapt.
Well, what I like to tell people is if you're someone as a kid and you liked roller skating more than skateboarding, then you'd probably like the wheel better than you would one of these electric skateboards because the stance, you get that front stance versus the side stance. And that's really what it comes down to. I'm going to try to get caught up on the chat here. I got a few people that have asked a few things. He says he has the Mavic Air 1 and 2, and he's thinking about the FPV world. I'm actually been dabbling a little bit with FPV myself. Hopefully this weekend at Spin Up, I'm going to get the opportunity to do more. I have a few guys, Doc Murdoch, some of you guys know him, super into FPV, Ken Dobo from the original Dobo into FPV. They're coming up here. Kelly, Ready Set Drone, FPV coming up here, and they all want me to FPV. And at Spin Up, Kelly actually just wouldn't stop. He was like, here it is. I don't care if you crash it. Do it. And I did it. And by my third battery, I was doing it. So not great, but I was doing it. I was cutting through trees and going through little spaces, and it was pretty cool. It gave me the bug. So there's a good chance that this weekend might continue that bug to the point that I just say, here's all my money. I got to buy stuff. It's just time. Time is my biggest killer.
It's what is it, like $1,000 investment if you gotta have the DJI, a digital setup, and a decent quad.
Yeah, it's probably going to be more than that. It'd probably be $1,500 to get set up with everything.
Like the GoPro.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I've got the GoPros. I'll just throw my 7 on it or something. But honestly, the DJI system will record good enough that you don't have to put a GoPro on it. And I probably would do that while I'm learning because you can record right into the goggles. There's no reason for me to destroy a GoPro while I'm learning. Let's see. We got Numera says he started watching the channel when he got the Mavic Air 1 back in 2017. Thanks. Dude, that's awesome. That's been 3 years of being on the channel, and it's really cool to see you jump in the live chat and to meet people who've been supporting the channel for that long. That's crazy. Hopefully one of these days the channel will grow to the point that Tech Drone Media and all these other bigger ones are doing. But in the meantime, I'm trying to put out content that's fun, some of it that's informational, and other of it that's just I don't even know what it is. But it is what it is. Let's see. Robert says, can you send the link of your friend's channel, the one of his skateboard, if you don't mind? Link of my friend's channel, one of his skateboard. I'm not sure whose channel that would be, the one with the skateboard. You're going to have to clarify that a little bit more, Robert. I'm not sure which channel. I follow a couple skateboard channels, but I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Stacy wants to ask me a little bit about the GoPro 9. I know I'm behind on the chat, like always, and there's a delay, so hopefully you're still in the room, Stacy. Just real quickly, the GoPro 9 it's a step above the GoPro 8. There's not a huge difference. There's a front screen, and there's 5K. Personally, for me, the 5K is a waste of my money, but because of the deal that they offered on the GoPro website, where if you get their GoPro insurance deal, there was a huge discount on this. I think it was $299 instead of $300 off. So you end up saving $50 basically. And since I did lose my 8 in a very cold stream and have never been able to locate it, I did need another action camera to replace it. So I jumped on it. And I was on the fence prior to seeing that discount. And at that undiscounted price, I might not have jumped on this because the 7 is still pretty damn good. And honestly, again, the Max is my favorite. I know it does not do 4K. I know it does not do 5K. I know it does not do 120 frames a second or 240 frames a second. But the fact that I can switch between a 360 mode and the hero mode with a tap of a button and go in, it's 2 cameras in one, basically, is what really pulls me to it. Because when you're doing these action sports, sometimes it's really cool to click that, put it into 360 mode, and do what you're doing, whether it's riding a skateboard, a unicycle, snowboarding, riding a bicycle, whatever, that you can just know that, hey, when I put the camera low, it's going to be like there's a cameraman low. When I put it here, there's a cameraman high, and not worry about what the shot is, because when you're done riding, you can take a minute in the app reframe it, and you have your shot always. And that's pretty cool about the Max. Yeah, it sucks that you don't have the higher resolution, and it sucks to me that the 9 wasn't actually a combination of the 8 and the Max pushed together. Real quick, my dream camera, Max 2. GoPro, if you happen to see this, this is what I want, and I would bet Henrik would agree with me on this. Imagine this with at least 2.7K in hero mode, right? Doesn't even have to be 4K. I could live with 2.7. Minimum 120 frames per second in hero mode, right? I can live without 240 frames a second, but some of those 120 frames a second shots on a snowboard or a skateboard is slow enough to make it look pretty nice. Maybe if you could bump up the resolution of the 360 mode, that would be killer too. But those two things right there, and honestly, that would and unscrewable lens covers that are actually glass instead of the plastic bubbly ones. You do that, I will buy like 4 of them.
And a 3.5 millimeter jack.
Yes, yes, because it's big enough. There's room in there. Have just a regular mic jack in here. Not even so I have to have a USB converter or something. Just a regular old mic jack with its own little door that's still waterproof or something if you use it. Figure out a way to make that mic jack waterproof. That would be amazing. And there was one other thing. This was big enough that you could do something else. And I had it in my brain earlier, and I can't remember what it was. I'm totally fine with these. These don't bug me. They are floppier than I thought they would be, but the damn thing is so stable that you never notice that it moves around.
It's nice. It's nice it's there. I like it.
Let's see what else. Okay, so I think we might have just answered that question. You have the 5 and the 7, the changes from the 8 and the 9. So the 8 was more stabilization than the 7. Version 2.0 of some of the features on there, things like that. This is now version 3.0 for hyper smooth. Also their time shift or whatever they call it, which is just a time lapse, basically a motion time lapse or a hyperlapse. This has a front screen on it, which you can do in 16:9 full screen or just display the record time. That's really the biggest, and a bigger battery. I haven't tested to see if that bigger battery actually gives you a longer lifespan yet. That's something I wish I still had my 8 to be able to actually go out there and just run them to the ground and see which one lasts longer, because it sort of sucks that the bigger battery is just to power the front screen and we don't get a longer runtime, because that means all our batteries from other cameras don't work with this for nothing really. And that sort of sucks.
It does.
Okay, this is a good question. I can answer this. You're talking about the GoPro 9 or the Max. Okay, so for just picture taking, overall the 9 would probably win on that one. It's going to be a much higher resolution camera. But for unique picture taking, the Max would win, because you can take pictures in 360 mode. And I have actually not only pictures, but you can take still shots from your videos in 360 mode. And it's crisp. And I wish I could easily... I wish I knew where this picture was. Let me see. I can, if I can find it real quick, I'll show you. Damn it! I wasn't organized. I was not expecting to have this. Oh, please be in this folder. Oh, it is. Oh, so I'll show you. I'll show you these 2 pictures real quick. And this is in 360 mode for my video, right? Share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. You're going to get to see. This is a 360 shot from a video. So you tell me, like, how does that look? I mean, I know it's not as crisp, but could you do that with a regular camera? No, not really. How about this? Let's put this one in here. Oh, it doesn't update for me. Okay, let me remove and share the new one. So, and here's another one that was a video, same shot. It's just, this is almost the exact same shot, but it's just framed differently. So you tell me, like, those are, if you need unique types of shots, but look at the color on that. Look at the color profile on that. That's impressive for being from a 360 camera that's actually sort of low resolution, you know? Now, could you blow that up huge to print? No, it would get pretty pixelated. So, but if you don't need all that, then no big deal. Let me remove that.
forget that these cameras are actually waterproof out of the box, and it makes it so much easier than back in the old days, where you have to put them in like casings and all sorts of stuff. It's
Yeah, which blows my mind that the audio on these, being the way that they are waterproof out of the box like this, Henrik, is that the audio is as good as it is. Like
Yeah.
if you remember like the 5 when they first went this way, the audio was very muffled on the 5. That was the first year that they did one without having to have a case around it. Like the 4 needed a case, but the 5 and then the 6 was a little better. The 7, the audio on the 7 was pretty good, I thought. This one is interesting. I have not tested it yet, but if you can see right there, I thought that was going to be a panel that opened up and it was for a USB slot or something, or a lot of people were hoping for a mic jack. It's not. It's nothing. It doesn't open up. It's just some weird design they have to let water drain out faster so you can go from underwater back to above water and get your audio sounding quicker. Now, I haven't tested it out, but I should do a video on just audio of these cameras. I think I'm going to do an audio only video. Thomas has got to go. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you later. Let's see who else is in the chat. $45 to $60. See, I'm so behind on the chat. Oh, he was talking about. What was he talking about? $45 or $60. My memory is horrible. We were just talking about this, Henrik. Do you remember? I asked him how much it was. I'd have to scroll back up and find the comment to remember the conversation.
I will look.
I am not. Oh, you're going to look for it and see what he was talking about? What was that price? That would be awesome. Ray, I'm actually
changing charge from 8 to 9.
What was it?
How much more expensive it is the 9 compared to the 8
of the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, with the discount, it's actually cheaper right now, though, if you buy it from GoPro.com. Ray, I'm actually regular footed. We don't call it normal. We just call it regular. Goofy footed is when your right foot is in front, for those people who are wondering what the hell we're talking about. Regular foot is your left foot front for when you snowboard, surf, skate, that kind of stuff. Cheap alternative to GoPro. Yeah, the Osmo Action, cheap alternative. It's a great GoPro clone. Some people get mad when I call it that, but honestly, everything's a clone of GoPro. All these action cameras are clones. It doesn't mean it's bad. Just because something's a clone doesn't mean it's crap. And the Osmo Action is a great example of that. If you look around, don't go to DJI's website because it's still like $300 something on DJI's website. But if you go, I think, to either Best Buy's website or Amazon, you can find it for $250, and it's actually a great alternative. The audio is not as good, the picture color profile is not as good, the stability is not as good, but it's not bad. The Osmo Action is a very solid camera that has actually grown on me. If anyone remembers when I first got it, I put up some videos. I was not very happy with it, but they've done a lot of updates through their of their firmware, and it's a different camera now to me than it used to be.
There is a camera that is called a Casio V50.
Yeah, if you want to share your screen and show what it is, go ahead. I've not heard of it.
I have not tried it, but I heard good things about it. So let's see if I can just find it here.
While you're doing that, Stacy asked me. She asked me, which skateboard do I recommend? Stacy, there's so many of them out there right now. It really depends on how much money you want to spend. This summer with the whole Rona thing, I went a little crazy because I just needed something to go out and do things. So I went from having one of the cheapest ones on the market to now having a very expensive one on the market. So I think I had one that was $350. Then I went and I bought one for $650, which is a pretty good one. The Meepo brand, they have some for $450 to $650, and they're all pretty solid. That would be meepo.com. And then I went a little crazy and decided I wanted an off-road one that was a higher end one. And I got a company named Evolve makes one out of carbon fiber. And I went and got that one. And that's the only one I ride now. I let the family use the other ones, but it's also $2,000. So it just depends how much you want to spend. Did you find, okay, you did. Let's add it there. This is okay. So you've used this camera.
No, I never used it. I just,
how are the reviews there? It looks like it's got a 4-star review.
4.5. And I read good things about it, but I don't know. Maybe some of the people
What's
watching
it selling for? $119. That's not bad.
No, it's a cheap alternative, but it goes inside. If it has to be waterproof, it needs to go inside a box like the Hero 4.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So Brad asked if we've seen somebody named Zin Lee, and I have not seen him. I'm not familiar with him. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I would love it if my channel would blow up just me riding around in the mountains using drones and GoPros on a skateboard or snowboard, showing off where I'm at. That would be amazing. It's fun to do the tech stuff and help people with tutorials, but at the same time, it's a lot of work to sometimes make some of these tutorials. You know?
It is. I can sometimes I spend like 3 days on doing all sorts of stuff for a tutorial. You have to do the research. You have to do some rough scripting. You have to sort of come up with all the B-roll ideas. You have to film the main camera. You have to cut everything together. And then when you post it, it gets barely any views.
Oh, man, that's a killer. Like, you know, I just posted here. We're going to jump ahead to this comment here. Robert says he doesn't know what the brand was of the unicycle. But speaking of that, about the barely any views, you saw the video. I did the spin up recap, right? I did that video. Yeah. And I wasn't expecting that to get a lot of views because a lot of people don't go to spin up. So, you know, the ones that know about it, watch the video. Other people really don't. But at the end, I had the whole scene where Ken Heron lost his drone. And I was like, you know what? I let Gina watch it. And she was like bored by the time she got to that. And then I re-edited it. I put spooky music in it. I put crocodile sound effects and alligator sound effects into it and made it just right to the action. Boom, boom, boom. And I even started it with a look. He finds it, you know, so you're like, oh wait, how's he find it? I want to watch the video to find out what happens. And it's busting. It's doing horrible. Ken Heron posted a similar video, and it's like got 10,000 views on it. Mine's got like 200 or so. So it can be pretty frustrating sometimes. The whole YouTube game can really just be like, why do I even make these if YouTube is going to kill them before anyone gets a chance to see them?
I even tried to jump on a trend at some point. You remember the Halloween video I made with the scary drone?
Yeah, I do.
That was also a ton of work put into that one.
Yeah.
But not many views. So
yeah,
that's how the game is.
I think we just need thumbnails with boobs in them, which is every thumbnail has boobs, right? We might not get very long watch time, but except for those guys that are scrolling in and out. Did I miss the boobs? Are the boobs in the video somewhere?
And not man boobs. It's the
not man boobs. You could technically just pull your pants down a little bit on your butt and take a close up of that, and no one would know the difference. Everybody's talking about FPV, and honestly, like, time is going to be my big factor. If I start doing FPV, I'm not going to have much time for these other drones, and eventually, I can't keep all these drones. I've got to do something. I'm going to probably keep the original Mavic Air, but I gave my Autel Evo to Art whenever I crashed his drone in the water. So, you know, hopefully he'll keep that and make some good use out of it. But I'm debating on my Zoom and my Air 1 now because I'm not touching them. You know, do I hang on to them? The only thing the Zoom now has for me is that you can actually tilt the camera up and down while you're zooming. And I know that doesn't sound like anything important, but it really, truly, truly, truly makes for complete, whoa, we lost Henrik, some awesome, crazy shots that you just cannot get without that. While he's gone, I will go through and answer. Does Kelly have any underwater drone? Maybe go fishing for your Hero 8 shot. Ray, it's in a moving part of the stream. I don't know if Kelly's thing would be able to actually navigate through the water in a moving water like that, but it would be cool to see. I think it's just gone forever.
I just hit the wrong button, so
no, yeah. I think you'd come back in a second. Yeah. Robert, yeah, Jonathan Buckhouse, that's who you're talking about. He's a snowboard channel. He's not a skateboard channel. He happened to ride with me once skateboarding because I own skateboards, so I brought him with me. What are you sharing here, Henrik? Should I be scared to post it?
It's the video.
Okay, your video here. Let me.
There's no sound, no audio. So then.
Okay, here. Let me remove it. That's fine. Hey, Sheila Swift in the chat. Hello, Sheila. How are you doing? Sheila is used to sing in a band that my band would sometimes play with live. Excellent voice, great singer. Hopefully she's still doing it. I've been like not doing the band stuff for a while, which sucks. I miss it. This is my replacement to the band stuff. Is the YouTube stuff, because you don't have to rely on a band when you do YouTube. It's all just you, right? When you have a band of 4 or 5 guys and most of them are flakes, it's so hard to make the band continue to grow. But when you're just doing and relying completely on yourself, you rely on yourself to grow. Brad says he's out. Okay, see you later, Brad, and we'll see you tomorrow evening. Freaking gorgeous. I assume. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, Ryder, thank you so much. The $40 to $45 to $60 was the price difference for his upgrade to his internet service. That's what it was when I asked about that. Yes. Yes. Look, yeah, we got it wrong. I'm telling you, my short-term memory span is horrible, guys. If you've been around me in real life for any length of time, you know that. Like I have to have you repeat your name for the first month I know you, because I won't remember your name even. And I don't mean it. It's just something's wrong in here. I don't know what it is. My picture is gorgeous. The background. This you missed the video I showed earlier. I'll show it again after Henrik shows his. If you're still here, Gina, not Gina. I'm sorry, Sheila. Of a shot that I just got of the area we're having a meetup this weekend called SpinDown, and it's a bunch of YouTubers and action camera people and drone people coming to meet up and share in their liked interest. And I'll share a clip of that in just a minute after Henrik shares this thing. I think I'm almost caught up with the chat here. Ryder's going back to work. Agent K, I did not win the Meepo contest. Agent K asked if I won the Meepo contest. I think that the video of me dropping the baby might have been, maybe they didn't get the sense of humor that I was having. I don't know, but I didn't win. I didn't even get a honorable mention on that video. That's a great one, a great example of you put all this work into a video and like 200 people watch it. It sort of sucks. Will Skylar be selling her Girl Scout cookies? I don't think Girl Scout cookies season is going on right now, so no Girl Scout cookies. Sorry about that. 51 Drones did a review of the Acoso. I assume that's the camera that you showed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody's looking to see more about that, you can go over there. Do we know much about the trade-up program with GoPro? It looks like they give you $100 trade-up value. Yes, actually, if you have a Hero 3 and you don't want that one, keep the 7, because it's much better than the Hero 3. Use the 3 for the trade-up program. Don't use the 7. Keep that. And yes, Sheila, boobs. Gotta love boobs. I love it all. Anyways, let's see. No cleavage thumbnails, says Sunrise. All right. Let's share your thing here. All right. You're going to have to explain to us what we're watching.
Yeah, we are just watching a test footage that I did just a couple of hours ago. If I can find it somewhere, so I can start it.
And last time I was out riding electric unicycle.
So what I basically did here,
around
it's more or less self-explaining. You will see it in the picture.
I had some troubles with the audio.
Is this with your 360?
So now I'm trying a new setup.
Yes, on the helmet.
Oh, okay, with your bubbles on.
Kind of strap on an external microphone on the helmet.
He said strap on. The whole
idea is that I
then the Zoom H1 in the back.
Angles. And today I'm just having the GoPro Max on the helmet, and I have a lapel mic that is strapped to the helmet. That goes
and it was actually quite windy,
recorder,
so
which in this
does
case
a pretty good job cutting out the wind.
H1N. Yeah, I think it's gone.
Yeah, I do find on a windy day when I'm using my Tascam recorder and I put it under my shirt, I'll get almost no wind noise whatsoever.
Okay.
Originally, I had planned to mount something on the wheel as well, so I had
So you can definitely see the bubbles on those covers, though.
Yeah. The way that the
I maybe should have cleaned it.
But
the idea was just
that there was no
more
glue
like an audio
on the GoPro mount, so I had to drop that idea.
So I guess you can cut it out now. So people get the point.
All right. Sully's taking off. Sheila's saying hi to everybody. Says, you guys in the chat, say hi to Sheila. You got to say hi back, people. When someone says hi, hello, homies, you got to say hello. Everybody, this is community. It's all about the community, getting to know each other. Oh, wait, Sunrise Media. He's beat me to it. Let's see. Let me see if I can come over here and click that link and I'll see what he actually shared, and maybe I'll share it in the chat possibly. Yep. Nope. I don't think that's her. Wait, that might be her. Yeah, that's her. That's Sheila. Although I don't know if that's her channel, because I thought you had a lot more subscribers than that, Sheila. What's your music channel, Sheila? You know, I'll make you a mod, Sheila, if you're still here, and you can share whatever you want in the chat now. If you want to share a link to your music, Sheila, please do, so people can check it out. Avalanche is a great song she does. There's another one she does. I can't remember the name of it that I like a lot, but she's got a killer voice. You guys should check it out. Ah, there we go. Now everybody's saying hi to Sheila. It's rare we get a girl in the chat with this, Sheila. So don't be surprised if all of a sudden your email blows up. All right, let's see. It has been just about an hour. I have enough time to go eat lunch here. Let me share. Actually, I told everyone I'd share that. Let me share it again. The shot of this weekend, Sheila, you will like this shot. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Right here. Let me fast forward it to the end again. This is what you missed earlier, Henrik. So I will share this full screen with everybody, and I'll shut up so you can enjoy the music for just a minute. And this is where I live now, Sheila. And this is where we're having the event on Saturday. It is absolutely beautiful. And we will go full screen right there and hit play. So see you later. The audio feels loud.
Mm-hmm.
I had to turn that audio down. It's too loud. Okay, real quick here. I got to talk about this. Robert just said, I mentioned this, I saw this earlier, and I don't know if I talked about it, but he talked about a stay-at-home drone, and it's a drone that an intruder comes in and you can navigate your house to see where he broke in. That's interesting. So what if he didn't leave any marks of what he did when he broke in? Or is this like if you're at work, or what's the point of that? Sheila's asking you, Henrik, where you're at. So I'll let you answer her.
I am in Denmark, in Europe.
Yeah, so I'm actually hoping to go to Denmark. Sheila, you travel to Germany and stuff, I think. So
it's north of Germany.
I think
we actually share border with Germany.
I think her husband is from Germany. I could be mistaken. I can't remember. I never did get to meet him. I think I moved away before she got married to him. But she's a traveler.
So now it's what is the time at your place?
Here in the mountains, it is, where is the clock? 12:42.
So in here it's 8:42, I guess, p.m.
Yeah. So this time is good for you to be out and do a live show like this. Although I feel like maybe we don't get a huge audience. I think the top we've ever had today is about 15 to 18 people. So I feel we get a much smaller audience possibly during the day. But this is something I'd be willing to experiment with a couple of times, during the day like this. How you do day streams sometimes, right? Or for you, it would be night. For us, it'd be day.
Do it this time as well, because this is the best thing for me to do.
Yeah. So
now,
what kind of amount of people do you usually get in one of your live streams?
30 to 50.
Okay, so it's probably just that I don't ever do live streams on any kind of regular basis then. Although I have done them in the evening, and I get. See, here's the difference: is you're getting probably a lot of Europeans in your live streams, huh?
I should probably try it in the morning when I wake up, but it's not. I don't really feel like live streaming
No, because that's still pretty late here. When you wake up, it's like 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock here, or something like that.
Do some sort of like a late night ish for the US guys.
Yeah. Ray, when I go to Denmark, it's going to be a little while still. We got to wait for all this Rona stuff to die down all across the world and see what happens with our election. Well, who knows? We could be in a civil war within the next 2 months, right? If you read Facebook every day and you pay attention to that, that's what they make you want to think, at least. You go outside and you hang out with your friends and just go outside in nature and do stuff. Everybody gets along pretty well face to face, unless you go to these big groups of like angry people,
Yeah.
You guys have a bunch of rioting where you're at right now, or is everybody good where you are, Henrik?
In terms of restrictions and so.
No, I just as far as your government goes, does everybody hate your government, or are they all good?
No. I didn't actually vote for the person that is our prime minister right now, but she's doing an okay job mitigating the crisis. At least they're stepping up, doing something when things are starting to escalate. So it's
our current president, he could do whatever, and it doesn't matter what he did, and the other people in politics would say he did it wrong. So it doesn't matter. This guy can't win no matter what. So whether you like him or not, that is pretty much a fact.
Yeah.
But Sheila says, groovy. Yes, we aren't over there right now, but Chris's family is in Hull, Denmark. I guess D is Denmark.
I'm just saying.
Are you reading that, Henrik?
In Halle. No, that's Germany. That's
okay.
A city in Germany.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a world traveler. I want to be. I want to go to Rome, but one of these days.
Rome is a fantastic place. There's so much history packed in that city.
Yeah, I would like to go there. Is that pretty far for you to get to Rome?
It's okay. It's okay. It's a couple of hours in flight with a
in a flight. Okay, it's crazy how big America actually is. Because like for me to even go home to visit my family, it's a 16-hour drive, or 2-hour flight. If I go to California, it's about a 2-hour flight or 16-hour drive. If I go to the east coast of Florida, it's like a 30-hour drive or 3-4 hour flight. It's a huge continent.
It is.
So I think we're going to wrap this up, guys. I appreciate everybody that came on. Henrik, obviously, thanks for coming. It makes it so much easier to always have someone to shoot the shit with in these live streams.
Absolutely.
And hopefully some of the questions we answered about the GoPro 9 and the Hero or the GoPro Max helped some of you guys. And we'll see everybody else at SpinDown this weekend. So I think we will end you with puppies. How's that? Just little puppies there. And